It seems to be a theme.
Hmm.
Well, if he signs the contract.
What does the contract say?
Basically, think of the original Not of Thorns we got given, except not with some Thorns loophole.
Yeah, we're closing that loophole and...
Look, and says, but there's no task in here. It doesn't require me to do anything.
Requires you to be loyal.
Follow
This is
our
Requires him
orders.
to serve us.
Says, so it is service, slavery, without any pay and no goal.
Oh, there will certainly be paid. Don't you worry about that.
Any task we require from you will be paid.
Looks and says,
Basically,
what if I
you're on
want
standby.
to buy a house at the waters of Chiliax? And
You
Well,
can certainly.
I'm not sure what I would be doing for you, my lords.
You can certainly do that, but
I've
we
gathered
might...
the army as you requested, as the request was. I'm not sure I would plan to further continue serving unless a very good offer was made.
I mean, what do we really need this guy for?
I mean, he's skilled, right? He's a rogue.
It seems like he doesn't. He just wanted this to be a final mission. Go out with a bang.
I mean, we can certainly let him complete this and just kill him off after that.
We're not gonna kill him off.
Why not? We can't have people knowing about us around.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to know about us after this. We're not.
Well, yeah, but
Well, yeah. The
Yes,
whole
I had planned to travel to Chiliax from here and have a bit of fun there. Of course, if you could offer me a better time with one of you.
is he asking for what I think he is?
He's asking
Oh.
if you're offering him something. He's still confused by the contract as he doesn't really have a job.
Well, the job is simply to serve us. We might need someone of his caliber in the new order that's about to rise, and we can certainly offer him positions of power and influence in Telling
So
if
the whole-
that is what he wants.
The whole law in Telengard is gonna be changed.
well, I mean, the kind of things that he does is still not going to be legal.
So when it says that you have to treat me with respect, that means what I think it means, right?
Yes. We will not ask demeaning things of you.
Unless you
You
ask it.
are exactly unless that's what you want. We have a special place for that.
Cash will wing at that.
But basically, he will be an agent of ours. We can employ him for a specific task that suits his capabilities, and we will reward him as such. Work well, and he can live as a prince. Fail us, and it will be hell unending.
He shrugs as he says, I suppose that can be done then.
All right.
Well, Jake, the law is gonna change. For example, Cash will be able to walk the street as she is, and she is gonna be able to have whatever she wants.
He,
Within reason,
we can use him as we can use him as many things.
In case, we
Sly,
ever need, in case we ever need a second mercenary army.
sure. Or I mean, we can if he wants to go to Sheliax, like go be an ambassador in Sheliax for us.
We make him a grand diplomat in
He'll
Chile.
sign the contract, then bow and says, so shall I begin assembling and bringing the troops upon the ships?
Yes.
Please do.
And says, the army will arrive then, I suppose, in a week. At the
Where?
coast, as requested, I suppose.
Which part of the coast?
Looks at one of the many papers rolled up, and he just hands it to you. Very well. This is then the plan that you requested. We will be there. As he bows and then sort of walks out the tent.
Well. We have an army on the move.
Oh, before he leaves, has he heard anything of a scion?
Sort of look over and sort of she says, no, I don't know what that would mean.
Alright.
I certainly don't have one.
You may leave.
What are you referring to?
Yes.
It said in Thorn's notes, like the scion at the head of the host will.
Yeah, wait, who leads the army? Well, I think whoever we choose to be the heir, right? We control the plan now.
Yeah, I think the scion meant. Remember there was the person who told you to call him your lord.
I don't think.
No, we're not going to make him the king.
Yeah, that's how I understood it too.
Yeah,
The scion is
that's-
just a placeholder for
The,
whoever
the
we
scion is
choose.
the person
Yeah,
who's taking
for
the crown.
the guy who we put on the
In Fawn's case, that would have been him.
Yeah, but fuck that guy. So
Well, we are done
You
here.
you hear a small sort of almost like a slight ring of bells,
Okay.
and then you have the faint smell of brimstone that you have
Is it desert?
grown somewhat used to
It's
at,
desert.
at this point. As someone walks in the door,
Yeah!
he seems slightly winded. My lords, you are not easy to find these days. I have come again to serve as usual. He sort of says, bowing. For I heard my words spoken. He looks back out the tent and says, "Come on, don't be."
What?
And he looks back and says, "My apologies. It seems the spikes are a bit unusual, as you see someone else walk in through the door."
Oh, hey, buddy.
dude,
Oh,
He looks more badass than Marcus.
get the fuck
It
out.
is
No, he doesn't.
a man you know well, but this time dressed quite differently. A hellish, obviously unhallowed armor, a sword smithed perhaps by devil hands, a large shield. His way of walking, not quite the same as he looks around. His eyes no longer filled with the hope and the glory they had in the past, now with more of a cold, calculable menace, almost. Deserter sort of fawns before you as she says, "So, greetings, great and powerful lords. It is my pleasure to stand again in the presence of your infernal majesties. Today, I am not alone. I bring an ally and petitioner to your service. May I present the anti-paladin Sir Berithor, who has sworn his service to our father and bound himself to hell. He has something to say." The once proud knight walks towards you and bows before Asurius.
Oh.
"I offer my sword and my service, if you will have it." "Ah," Desidera says, sort of looking very pleased. "How pleasant to see old enemies reconciled."
Azurius has a grin on his face that he's almost like happy like a puppy for a second. You can imagine it, but he tries to hide it. Someone like Zacharias can definitely see through this. Looks down upon him. I see your path has changed, and now you wish to serve true. Very well, it shall be. Looks down upon him. The tusks of Azurius' lower jaw sticking up a little bit, making it literally a toothy smile.
He's bowed with his head down.
Affect your Palpatine voice.
I cannot do this. I cannot do that for you. I'm afraid.
will serve me.
Henceforth, you shall be known as Darth Havelin.
Sir Berithor. His,
What?
Barry
He
Thor?
insists.
Yes.
It is what Desidera said, at least.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, please.
Yes. I can show you a token.
Yes, please. I love tokens. Shout out.
Sir Berithor. Well, he's probably the most powerful servant we have.
Yeah.
Bye, Jura.
Mhm.
Bye, Jura.
Seems
So
to
bad.
brim with his dark aura.
Sir Berithor, rise yourself from the ground.
He stands quite tall, quite strong. An impressive sight, as it is. A strong aura of evil and law emanating from him.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can I have him?
No. He serves the common.
And now, my lord Paladin, if you would leave us for a moment. Berithal looks to Desita and bows slightly and walks out. Desita steps closer. I'd expected to find you in a different accommodations, my lord. But whatever suits your purpose.
Pressing business, Desita, you understand.
He bows and says, and so I imagine you consider what to do with him. Well, my lords, my master and I have thought of that as well. Remember that this anti-paladin was once Sir Rickard, Lord of Havelin, a fine noble of quite the reputation. I'm sure you will find a way of making him a long-lost relative of King Marcadian. You were always so clever, my masters. He'll be the perfect puppet, would he not? Being king would be a boring and frankly dangerous job. He could fill the role perfectly and leave you free to do whatever you desire with your new throne. He bows.
Kinda like the idea. Okay, so we have potential. I think we have potential 3 candidates to the throne. That is not anyone in the party.
I do like the idea of signing an anti-paladin into a contract and then onto the throne.
Yeah, it would be the traitor, the haughty dude who we don't really like too much.
Can I slay him just now? Can I just teleport?
I mean, he's a competent general. We might use him as that, right? And if he starts getting haughty on us, we'll just strangle him.
That's too much effort.
So we have that guy. We have the old Barker dude.
Yeah, but we didn't save his armor.
We didn't, but would he refuse a throne if we offered it?
But would he be loyal?
Yeah, that's right. We don't really know, right?
Well, like an anti-paladin, if he's going to be loyal to me, I control goddamn hell.
We do know that he's very skilled in diplomatic stuff and things because he managed to survive, even though he was a Barkan for like generations. So he's probably very crafty and good at that. And then we have our new friend here, Berithor, who we can certainly trust the loyalty of. He's competent at ruling? Not sure.
I think we could make him king. I'm not against it.
I'm not sure anymore.
You know, Cash doesn't care as long as she gets to be left alone at the long run.
I mean... Yeah, I don't know.
And she doesn't have to hide her face. She's lawful evil. Why as everyone knows about her?
That's it. Look, and just, you remember the Pact of Thorns? Well, he would sign something similar, I'm sure. Then, you can make him leader of a knot. You must have a few openings by now. And just remember, when you ever... If you are ever in doubt of his loyalty, seek proper legal counsel. He bows deeply. Oh, great ones. I would make sure that your contract is ironclad.
Good.
In that case, Desita reached into his sleeve, pulled out a sample. Here's a sample copy for you to look over.
Sure is, and he will most likely give him a few tips, just short and quick notes. Only suggestions, never actually saying that anything needs corrections. Just
Of course.
when he does it, he usually does this and this and this to ensure that these things don't happen. Very convoluted things, but a series is good enough to understand.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. A very interesting idea, Desita. I will see that when the editor look at the next version.
He looks at Oliver and says, if my lord wouldn't have him, Navarus was very specific. He does not want to see him again. Perhaps a royal bodyguard, an executioner. He is quite good with that sword.
We shall definitely consider this suggestion of yours, Desita. I think it has some merit.
By the way, would you happen to know where Theodora is?
I have not seen her for a while. I suppose he's out doing something. I could find her for you if you wish.
Well, we happen to have her thingy. So we can do as you asked, free her of her... Well, I suppose she is afraid of Thorn's chains.
You can just give that to me, then I'll bring it to her. I'm sure she'll be very appreciative.
Yes, we will.
I would like
No,
her to.
we won't.
I would like to speak to her before we do that.
She's probably gonna approach you anyway.
If you play this right, she can be very grateful. She did originally come to the mortal plane because she just so enjoys the suffering of mortals. If delivered that in a sufficient dose, I cannot imagine she would want to return.
Certainly, I had something similar in mind.
You do have the sufferings of war coming up.
There's a lot of suffering coming up.
You're so weird.
Just that gives you a quick smile. Regardless, if you need nothing more, my lords,
You can forward to Theodora that we wish to speak with her of we have an offering to make a job opening, so to speak.
the bounces very well, and of our potential little workings. I have something you might remember. Smiles. When all this works out, perhaps seems to sort of step a little bit, step on the words a little bit, hold them back. There's something my lords would perhaps, if they find that I've given them good service in all this time.
Yes.
When a council was to be gathered, if there was a seed for a handsome, devilishly handsome young lawyer.
I am sure we
Paperwork.
I am sure we can arrange for something, Dessiter. So far, your skills have proved quite useful to us.
The royal judge, perhaps.
Yes, putting a supreme justice.
Maybe the warden for us. I like it.
Well, Desider, you still haven't held up to your deal with me, so...
Gotcha. Zah! My lady, I will make sure to do so very soon.
Thank you.
One more thing, Dessiter. There are two more knots active of thorns. We have Sakharoth, who we have ensured the loyalty of already. What do you know of Brother Thrain? He was friends with Thorn, and now that Thorn is dead, will Thrain turn against us, do you think?
I personally do not like him, and he does not seem to like me very much. He finds my way of behaving childish, he says. No, I think he would not make a very good servant. However, if my lords are sure, he certainly was very friendly with Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
It would be up to my lords to know. I have not talked to him much.
We will have to talk to him then, I suppose.
Of course, there's always choice options.
I do have a slight request for you, Dessiter. You seem to be getting around a lot and gather a lot of information.
My lords know too much. You honor me.
The princess is still on the loose, Dessiter. We need to find her.
Yes, my lords. However, that seems to be supremely difficult. I must admit I have tried.
And?
It yields no results, my lords. Nothing I've been able to do has yielded anything.
I see. And what conclusion do you draw from that?
I am almost entirely sure, my lords, that she is not in Talengard.
Zacharias thinks there are powerful ways of cloaking one's presence. Even from someone such as you, yes. You said yourself you had trouble finding us here, and we're not particularly hiding our presence at the moment.
I was looking in Talengard, my lords. This is a bit of a distance off. I do take pride in my ability to find those who need it. However, my lords, I'm sure you will realize that I, too, am not perfect.
A difficult concept to grasp.
Indeed, my lords, I struggle with it daily.
Very well.
I really like this guy.
Keep an eye out.
Who doesn't?
Keep an eye out, Desidor. If she shows up, we will want to know immediately.
You will know before immediately, my lords.
What about I suppose her mother?
Her mother?
Antharia, the Silver Dragon.
So, a connection I had not drawn, my lords. Admirable. I have not tried to look. It seems
You
that
should.
if such a beast wanted to be involved, she would have been already.
Well, for what we gathered of Shargammon, she is quite crossed with us.
As I can only imagine, my dread lords.
And Shargammon has been... How do I say this in the really, really nice way? He's been...
Pwned.
No. He has
Indisposed.
lent his strength to get her away from us.
He has distracted her for us, or so he claims.
He has... Well, okay. The great Shargammon has lended his strength to draw her away from us for the time being. But she is still an eyesore.
I shall keep my eyes open, my lords.
All right then.
Is there anything else I can aid my dread lords with? I shall bring Navarus your greeting, I assume.
Oh, certainly. Zagreus thinks. The cousin to the traitor that currently languishes in our basement. Old Barken noble, good standing and all that. What would be your take on him?
So, I have not spoken to him before, my lords. I have only viewed him from a distance. He seems to be a capable sword as such, however, a bit more of an attitude, a bit of an eccentric. Yes, smile.
Half-elves tend to have that. What about the other Barkin?
Because I don't know much of these politics yet, my lords. However, I will promise to read up on it.
You just need the right guy on the throne.
As it looks and says, I suppose I have supplied one, my lords. At least I hoped to please with the gift.
What? You please indeed. But still it would be nice to know about these two half-elves. They tend to be annoying.
A bad quality in a ruler, you could say.
My lords have many hard choices. And I will give whatever advice I can. I am again, as always, at your service, my lords.
Very good. Don't forget to send our job offering to Theodora.
By the way, Desidor, you tend to always surprise us with your entry. Since there is a table here, why didn't you appear on the table?
My lords, I am saddened. I had planned for something. The flower barrettes were set up and everything. However, you were not where I expected you to be. And you have become very hard to follow indeed. I can tell you, I have visited almost my limit of places in Talengard before I reached this place.
Are we gonna find flower petals all over the place when we go home?
I sent the two smaller ones to clean up.
It's
I would not
okay.
want to leave anything on my lord's throne without
Yeah,
cleaning it up.
these two imps with shovels.
Oh,
I must say though, Desidor, when you do set up a Grand Council, I expect a Grand Entrance for every meeting. This should be excellent.
Of course, my lords, I hope the other members of such a council will not be dissuaded by my appearance.
No, I don't think so.
Do not worry about that.
I will not then, my lord.
Well, I suppose we need to go and talk to a few other things.
Now, Zacharias. 1 ticket to Talongard, please.
Zacharias looks over to Karen.
Well, Karen will do the touching of
Snaps
everyone.
his
and
fingers, and
teleport everyone
Sir
back.
Berrythor comes back in.
Oh yeah, we have to remember him.
As this is how sort of bows again and says, "My lords," and disappears.
Well, we'll need to bring Baratheon with us.
Barafol, come here. Come here.
Karen can take care of that.
Bows again. He steps over here.
It's a little awkward.
My
We tried to kill him twice.
It's, you know.
Please join us. Gestures out a gloved hand.
As you wish, my cardinal.
And teleport
To where?
to, I guess, where we teleported here.
Back to the Agathium.
Back to the
Back to the Agathium.
Let's say my throne room. That's not a great idea.
That's not the throne room.
Close enough.
Zacharias looks around for a second, sighs, and says, I have some creatures to talk to, if you'll excuse me.
Zacharias has a date. With 2 dragons.
There's a couple of bone devils. Oh, the dragons, yeah.
He's a hard man to please.
Berrythor looks to Marcus. Sort of reaches out a gloved hand.
Marcus shakes it.
My Lord Lictor, I must thank you for the example you have made for our acquaintance.
I'm glad that you chose me to emulate. It's always flattering when someone wishes to be more like you.
I was told of your story. Admirable.
Some would think so. To me, it's just what had to be done.
Well, that seems to be something we have in common, then. There are things that have to be done. And Mithra would have told us they were pleasant.
Sure, no one do what the awesome Dark Elf does.
You know, we can get you some assassins. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know what? It's been some time since I had someone lick my boot. Should we get Vandemir back?
Looks around. This is, my Lord Cardinal. My Lord Lictor. What orders do you have for me? I do not know this place.
Cash looks really annoyed at him.
For now, remain here with me. There are some things we need to discuss.
He bows deeply. Says, very well, my lords.
Goes up, sits on his throne.
He stands at the sort of the steps.
Lady Cash, Kyron.
What?
You do not need to stay in my throne room.
Karen shrugs and wanders off.
You know,
It's basically just like, get the fuck out.
Cash looks annoyed and goes, if I could be any place I would, it would not be here, believe me. I want to go home. Kyron, I miss you.
And begin talking
Cue the
to Sir
SpongeBob song. I wanna go home. I wanna go
No.
home.
So what do the rest of you do?
Karen's going
I
to
don't
see
know.
what Zacharias is up to.
Spy!
Really?
Yeah, he's interested
Alright.
in the Under Dragons too.
Tyne,
You know what?
there is a queen upstairs.
Zachariah walks into the room with the slight swirling mist being the only thing really in here.
Hey, baby.
He hears that Chiron seems to have followed him quite quickly after he left.
He will tell Karen to back off, because this is a dealing that does not require his living stench clogging up everything.
As it is a dealing of the dead.
Nobody wants me.
You can go and whack those damn elementals in the machine room. You can go and do work on
Don't
that problem.
talk to the... Yeah.
Kyron's
There's another
going
throne.
to go to his room and sulk.
this small.
You
Oh,
don't have a room, do you?
we
We
do.
do!
we do.
Remember, these rooms were labelled for us!
Oh yeah.
Goes with
Yeah,
you
I
with
guess
salt.
Marcus is just gonna.
You're not
Oh,
gonna
my
take
room.
Wolfram's
He's
room?
got like.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was my
Oh
room.
yeah, no, I do want Wolfram's room. Fuck
Yeah.
that guy.
Yes!
It is dressed as only a warrior monk would want it.
Oh, by the way, I have something here. For, Sir Berefor. Remember how we had a spare room down here no one had claimed? There we go.
Sure.
Remember that?
He now has a spare bedroom
Good.
for himself.
What?
Yeah, our new anti-paladin. He can now have a room. He can now have that spare room in a old corridor.
I thought that was
Yeah.
Cash's room.
No, there were six
six
rooms. There were
rooms for
five
five
of
people.
us.
Hmm.
We had one spare room. There we
Well,
go.
Cash will do some talking with the lady.
Sure.
Or she's now the queen. She's a crown.
She will bow all the way, if needed be.
I mean, if Cash bows, she will seemingly appreciate it. What does Cash want to talk about?
Girl talk.
Girl talk? No. I just want to know how else everything's gonna. You know what? Cash is just gonna flirt her all the way.
She seems appreciative, but she doesn't seem to swing that way.
What? You know, Cash will change.
She doesn't. She doesn't really sort of say so. She just doesn't pursue it.
You know, Cash can change gender and size. She can be whatever she wants her to be.
Can you turn into an ice giant?
She has the last.
I think she can.
Cash gets
Yeah.
the idea that that this lady probably respects the strong as sort of the ultimate. There are people at least respect the strongest individual as the ruler and king.
You know, Cash is quite strong,
Yes.
even for her size.